It's data mine day. As usual, credit to Absol for everything in such a nice timely manner, and the lost mode for the graphics. They look amazing as usual. So we got 5 pairs here. I'm gonna split this into 2 videos, but to then whatever 3 and 4 star grids we got, that'll be another video. Eggs, that'll be another one. Oh, hey cat, what do you want? I'm recording. Do you mind? Thanks. So today I'm gonna go over Ho-Oh and Giovanni, but then all the spotlight scouts will be their own video. So I'll be flipping tabs for a bit for translations and whatnot. Well, not translations, but I think you get the point. So yeah, I got all the grids here. So because Giovanni's right here, we're gonna go over Giovanni first, right? So Suit Giovanni and Nidoking, or as I'm sure most people want to call him, Dripavani. So Nidoking has Mega Kick, Iron Tail, Poison Jab, and World of Pain, which raises the user's attack by 6, applies critical hit next, and applies super effective up next to the user. He has Dynamax with Max Quake, Max Steel Spike, and Max Ooze. Passives: Giovanni's Cunning. Normal type moves become ground type moves. Moves never miss. So this is a ground shift with Piercing Gaze attached to it. That's like super strong. Like all because like 2 of these moves have basically 5 accuracy. That's super good. Max Double Down powers up the user's max moves that are super effective by 50%. That is what the 5 means. When you have a base 480 power move, that is ridiculous. Like, are you kidding me? That's like a whole terrain effect on top of it. Like, that is insanely broken. Like, because we actually have Steel Zone, you could use him for on-type Steel stuff, like, super easily because of this. Like, a Max Steel Spike with 480 base power and Double Down with Zone. That is ridiculous. And Hit the Gas 5 increases the amount of move gauge slots needed to use attackers by 1, raise the power of those moves, so it increases the base power of those moves by 50% and gives it 1 extra bar. So that's why all these moves you typically see as 3-bar are 4-bar moves, and their base powers are way higher than usual. Like Mega Kick you see on for Alligator and Chris. You see it's not a 4-bar move, and it's not 250 base power up to 300. And the Sync move, he has a Strike, so when you EX it, it'll become AoE, 250 to 300. Literally, Mega Kick is as strong as his Sync move. So, the only reason you would EX him is if you want to take advantage of Haymaker, which is in the grid, and the AoE. That's really it. This unit is stupid strong. Like, oh my god. So, now when we get into the grid here... Here you are. So you have critical crit 9. This is how he doesn't need crit support if you go for 3 out of 5. Of course, if you're 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, you will need the extra support. So with this, whenever you use your TM, you get critical hit next, right? So when you crit, you get critical hit next back. This is super good for a Sync move, all because Syncs have a natural +0. Every other move has a natural +1 going up to +4, which is what the 3 crit rate does to make all moves guaranteed, but not Sync moves. Of what guaranteed crit does, it just shoots every move up to that theoretical +4. So the Sync will crit guaranteed every time. So that's just stupid good. Surging Sand 2, 21% move damage when in Sandstorm. That's fine. Doesn't really need it, but that is very strong. Double Down 3 increases Sync damage when super effective. Don't need it, but very good. Haymaker, the higher your attack is, the more Sync damage you do, up to 2 times. Well, not if you know the multipliers, you know what I'm saying, but yeah, up to X2 damage. Max super when you use your max move, you get super effective next. So you can literally TM, max move, sync. That's hilarious. Iron Tail stuff. Super Sinker, when you use your sync move, you get super effective next. So you can have 3 super effective next if you grid it properly. 3. Without Snorlax, no one. Just all by himself. That's like stupid good. Poison Jab, super duper effective 3, along with super duper effective up here. So you can get 5 for Poison Jab if you're doing poison type content, which is what we kind of need. That's another terrain effect in of itself, like 50%. Very strong. Furious Brawn, up to 30% damage the higher your attack is. So with these two alone, that's 60%, 80%. 8% poison damage on a base. What's the minimum? I'm going for the minimum here. Actually, I'm just going to look up this one. 138. Granted, 138 isn't the greatest, right? It also has its drawbacks, but that's so good. Now, everything I'm mentioning here is obviously 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5 stuff, so it's like, okay, so is this unit worth it? Yes. Super fucking worth it. So you have ground coverage, you have poison coverage, which are 2 of the most desperate types in the game right now, and just extra steel coverage if you don't have a good steel striker. Like Metagross, Gloria. If you don't have them, you can use him. Like, he can be used for 3 types of content. Like, this is one of the only units I would really say you might want to go for Super Power 3 on. Because typically you don't do it in case if you want to off-type. He has so much coverage for types that desperately need it. I think it's worth it. Like, 1 out of 5, all you need is a critical support. He does everything else all on his own. All this stuff is just extra. You don't need it. Unless if you go for Sync Nuke, but even then, Mega Kick is as strong as it. Yeah, I think I've spoken enough on Giovanni. He is super good, just by looking at it. Okay, now the unit that was advertised for Golden Week, Ho-Oh. Shiny Ho-Oh. I am going to say what I like about it first. First, we're going to read through it, right? Passive 1, Group Afflictor's Advantage 1. Raises attack, defense, special defense, and speed of all its powers by 1 stat rate the first time the user player when uses a stat with each battle. So when the first time you use Sunny Day, period, you get +1 in everything. Team Sunbathe 9 restores the HP of all its sync pairs when the user uses a move while the weather is sunny. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, this should be like an AoE healing sun. Or team fist bump, for example. It's an HP regen tick when you use a move in sun for everyone. So that's not bad. Sync damage guard applies the damage guard next effect to the user the first time sync with his UG's battle. We knew that already. That's fine. It's something to go with his support EX, so he can help tank a little better. That's fine. Flame charge raises the use to be of 1 stat rank. 2 bars, fine. Sunny Day, knew that. Potion, knew that. Now believe. I'm just speeding through this because we already knew most of what this pair does. Applies the move gauge acceleration effect to the allied side of the field, so he gives move gauge acceleration. Raises the defense, special defense, and speed of all its sync pairs by 1 stat rank. In addition, raises the crit rate of all its sync pairs by 1 when the weather is sunny. So defense, special defense, and speed +1. You can use that 2 times, so he can get crit rate up to +2 when the weather is sunny, which you should be using it when it's sunny, obviously. Like, here, okay. Before saying this, I'm going to go over the grid, right? So, Ho-Oh's grid. Where are you? I hate formatting it like this. Now I need to find Ho-Oh in here. I just so happen to know everything from here, so I didn't need it, but I don't know Ho-Oh's shit off the tip of my head. Oh my god, it's right here, thank god. Alright, I thought I would have to dig for it. So, here we have Vigilance, which is fine. Sunny Disposition, great. Speeding Sun, great. Sunbathe, so it's a selfish, which I don't get why they didn't just make it Healing Sun, because this they emphasize its team. Like, that should just be Healing Sun, right? Unless if it's a different tick. Like, that's my one thing. There's Adrenaline. Does it say anything different here? He has Unflappable, which is whatever to me personally. Sun Disposition, Speeding Sun. Sun, here we go. Restores the user's HP when it uses a move while the weather is sunny. Yeah, like, This just sounds like Healing Sun to me. So I don't get why they didn't name it that. Maybe it's different. I don't know. But whatever. Team, give me 5-1, which is pretty much when you use the sync, you get +1 in everything. It's what Como has, right? Flame Proof, Unflappable, Potion stuff, Friendly Mend, Friend Cure. Very good stuff. You're able to build his healing to be flexible to what content you're doing, which is nice. Sunday NPR, expected. Body Bracing and Mind Bracing. I need to remember what these do. I know we passed it. I am a professional. Here. Sunday raises the defensive offensive bars by 2 seconds the first time stats is used. And special events. So he can get everyone's defenses up to +2 guaranteed with but then with this, that goes up to +6 actually. So he can get everyone's defenses up to +6. No, I lied. Yeah, 6 assuming you get the high 5. So otherwise it's like 4, 5. So yeah, like that's not bad. He makes himself pretty bulky. Now, what are my issues with this unit, right? Because obviously that was the whole grid. That was the whole grid, right? Yeah, like that was the whole grid. Here are my issues with this unit. So, what I like about this unit before I say anything else, he maxes out his speed. That's good. With a move gauge acceleration. That's good. He has some form of HP regen tick upon getting a certain stat up. So if you're getting hit by AoEs or whatever, he's healing. That's fine because Team Trash Tank, Team Fist Bump, they're used for that as well. Sunny Day, obviously you can't really go wrong with Sun. And he provides another form of move gauge acceleration. Yeah. Sync Damage Guard, that's fine. Here's where my issue comes in. Ho-Oh can't top off any stat besides his own speed. This is weird. I feel like I'm missing something. I almost know I'm missing something. I'm going too fast. There it is. Yeah, he has dashing team, so he can max out everyone's speed, which is fine. But just, he doesn't have any form, for someone who wants to tank, he doesn't have much, he doesn't have, like, damage reduction. Now, granted, I know Lily doesn't have it, and I'm praising Lily up and down, but Lily has some form of crowd control. Lily has the flinch with aggravation. So you're able to get them off of you for a little bit, to heal, to buff properly, to do whatever. Granted, I know fire steamrolls shit, but just, this feels weird. By all means, I expect him in action to work just fine and blow me out of the water. Like, I'm expecting it. But just on paper, I think this feels weird. Like, if Believe gave 2 for everything, I'd be better off with it. Or best case scenario, if the group inflictor's advantage was 2 to everything instead of 1, I'd be better off with it. I'd be so much better off with this. But just everything else, it feels weird. Like, Flame Charge is fine. As I said in my predictions video, they can do any move and it will work. Like, I'm not complaining about the moves. I'm complaining about what stats he buffs and how much. Topping off crit rate is one thing, but he can't max out an ally's crit rate if they need that support. For example, if you happen to use Ho-Oh with Nidoking, just a random example, someone who needs +3 crit rate, someone who would like speed, Ho-Oh can take care of the speed just fine. But the issue comes from the crit rate. Just having that third crit rate to give the allies is just so beneficial to me. Like, I know that people have Direct Plus, and to make them go faster, you want one crit support on the side to make them go faster, so they're not burning a whole second TM. Like, that's probably what he's meant for. He's probably meant to make people like red set up quicker. And I'm just overthinking this. I'm just thinking out loud at this point. Like, I'm sure performance-wise, he's gonna work just fine. He's gonna get the job done. But just, I can't help but feel like something's a little underwhelming with this kit. Like, I feel like I just need more time to think about it. I need to see this pair in action, but that's just my initial impression. It feels like something's missing to make me go, wow, this is good. And I can't put my finger on what it is. He has good healing. Like, that consistent healing is super good. You've seen it with Lily. She can last forever, pretty much. Like, she's really good. The speed support is very good. And I think Potion Master Healer is 1 out of 5, so you get an extra 10% with your potions. Like, that's very good. Healing-wise, he does amazing. Tanking, I think you need a 3 out of 5 for the defenses, and otherwise he doesn't have any damage reduction. That might be what's getting me, but he has the damage guard. I think this pair would benefit amazingly with Head Start. And part of the lack of, like, topping off an offense, because most pairs get their attacks only up to +4, some of them go up to +6. So having it only be 1 is weird to me. If it was +2 first time you sent it, I would have been so much better with that. Yeah, that might be what it is. It's the offensive support. Like, speed, amazing. Defenses, he does great. Just lacks damage reduction, but he has healing, so that makes up for it, in my opinion. Move gauge acceleration, amazing. Weather effect, great. Just that offensive support is what's bothering me. Crit, not as much, because I understand the purpose of it, but it's the attack and special attack. That's what's bothering me, I think. If it was 2, I'm wowed. It's just so tricky. But yeah, like, I definitely overreacted when I initially saw him, and I went, oh, he's mid as shit. But now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I've actually spoken my thoughts out loud, I don't think that's the case. He will have use, just that one thing is getting on me. Anyway, I think I've rambled enough about this. So, is Ho going to be worth summoning? Personally, I don't know if you would pull for Ho over Raihan or regular Egg Ninetales, because regular Egg Ninetales does a decent chunk of this, except just not supporting or tanking properly. Ninetales has speed, Ninetales has selfish healing, Ninetales has Sunny Day. That's all she really needs, and that's all Fire really needs. So this feels a little off to me. I didn't think they needed a tank, but by all means, I welcome it. With this, I think double Charizard can actually be used pretty effectively. Just no super effective up too. But yeah, I feel like Raihan's buffs are just so ridiculous. And like you can just get those sinks super quick with Raihan. But to then Step Sun, then smack him. But it is what it is. I'm done rambling. And see you guys in the next video.